In today's video, I'm doing a collab again with the same people who did the Inspired by Fairy Stories collab. So if you ended up missing that particular video, please go and check it out. We'll have a little doobie up in the top right corner to click on if you want to go see that first. But make sure you come back to this video. So today's collab and hashtag is inspired by forests, woods, and trees. Now the people I'm going to be collabing with are some of the same that did the last collab, and we have a few newbies. So I will have all of the people on the screen that you can go check out that have participated in the collab, and I will also have a link down in the description below so you can go and check out their illustration for this hashtag and this collab as well. By the time I have my collab up, everyone else should have had theirs up. Because I am the only one who lives in Australia, I actually have mine first. So I'm actually going to be uploading mine on the 1st of December, which is going to be the 30th in the countries that they are in, but I'm going to probably still be the last one to be uploading. So when you see mine, the other people theirs should be up. We didn't have a time this time because it is hard that we all live in different regions of the world. Like I said, go and check them out. For my collab today, I'm going to be talking about one of the most haunted and haunting forests in the world, called Hoia Forest, or Hoia Baciu Forest. The Hoia Forest is located in Cluj-Napoca, Transylvania, yes, home of Dracula, in Romania, and is a very popular recreation destination for biking, hiking, paintball, and archery, just to name a few. The forest is 3 square kilometers, or around 250 hectares in size, so not a very big forest, but it has a very big name for itself. It is very well known due to the way the trees grow. These puzzling trees are around 200 years old, and most are twisted in ways that look like they have been molded in that shape manually. However, the trees were tested, but no anomalies were found. When the wind blows past these twisted trees, a haunting sound can be heard, and there is no other place in the world where the trees grow like this. What makes them grow in these spirals and zigzag patterns and in a clockwise direction as well? Nobody knows. Or is it the paranormal entities responsible? Or is the area full of energy that makes these trees grow like this? Which brings me to my next piece of information on this forest. Not only is this forest famous for the way the trees grow, but it has been dubbed the Bermuda Triangle of Romania. So let's now delve into why this place is haunting, terrifying, and mysterious. Locals will not go near this forest because some people that go in never come out. This forest was named after the shepherd Baciu, which means sheep herder, that disappeared in the forest along with 200 of his sheep over 100 years ago, never to be seen again. No bodies, no nothing. Even in this very day and age, people who go into the forest feel anxiety, uneasiness, and a feeling of being watched and losing track of time. Physical issues of entering this forest are headaches, nausea, rashes on parts or all of the body, burns, scratches, and other weird sensations. People have captured apparitions in photos that were not seen by the naked eye, and electronic devices such as mobile phones go completely dead, do not work, or no reception, or the battery is drained. Another unexplained anomaly in this forest is a clearing smack dead in the center of the acreage that is a circle called the clearing or the dead zone, and no scientist can explain why no vegetation grows there, but psychics claim that the area is a portal because of the beings and lights seen there, and the UFOs use it as a landing spot. Now let's delve into some of the stories and facts on this forest that people have reported over the years. The locals tell of a story of a 5-year-old girl that entered the forest and completely disappeared, only to reappear 5 years later with no memory of where she had been. A search team went through the whole forest when she disappeared, only to find nothing. When the girl returned 5 years later, she was still in the same clothes that she disappeared in, with no marks, no injuries, and she had not aged a single day. The little girl also reported that she felt as though she was only gone for a couple of minutes. My thoughts on this particular scenario is that maybe time moves differently in the portal she was sucked into. It could have been only a couple of minutes in the dimension she ended up in, but it was 5 years had passed on our plane of existence. There is a lot of proof and photos of the phenomena that happens in the forest, and is one of the best documented paranormal sites in the world. In 1968, a military technician, Emil Barnier, photographed what appeared to be a UFO hovering over the clearing, but was later sacked from his job by the government because they claimed Emil was sabotaging the state, so they labelled him mad after he got his photos published in the local papers. And they do this to discredit people. The forest is also said to be haunted by the ghosts of peasants who were murdered there centuries ago, around 6500 BC, and female voices can be heard echoing throughout the forest, as well as giggling and screaming sounds of young girls. Horse sounds can be heard, such as hooves running on the ground, but people say that there is nothing around them, and people have seen apparitions with glowing green eyes staring at them through a black fog. In the 50s, a biologist named Alexandru Shift was walking inside the forest and encountered strange shadow beings that followed him. Locals that live near the forest have photos of orbs and lights just inside the tree line. The total number of disappearances inside the forest exceeds over 1,000 people, with some being found dead years later with no signs of trauma or why they died. Joggers often see ectoplasm shapes floating through the forest. No military aircraft is allowed to fly over the forest between 9 PM and 7 AM, so no lights can be photographed. Now I find this very interesting because I want to know why they don't want to photograph the lights. The last known video taken of paranormal activity was taken in 2002. 2 people filmed what appeared to be a UFO hovering above the forest. There was experiments held in the 50s where they offered people a lot of money to walk from one side of the forest to the other in 48 hours with only a map and a compass, and if they made it out, they would get the huge money reward. The people had diaries on them and were documenting their feelings the whole time, and at the halfway point there was a house that they could stay in and sleep in if needed. No one ever made it out of the forest. When they found the dead bodies of the people participating in the experiment, their diaries stated that they were having weird and terrifying thoughts and felt like the forest was driving them mad. Now, in saying all of this terrifying stuff about this forest is reportedly a very beautiful place, and you can do day and night tours there. Once again, I will have to say that this is another area on the globe where the energy and magnetic fields are more stronger than other points, which could explain the paranormal happenings. And you've also got to remember too, I'm a big believer in if there's a lot of points or a lot of places that have had a lot of trauma attached to them, I do believe that that creates its own energy and then starts to pull in entities to then haunt the area. Now, the illustration that I have done for this collab and this Hoia Forest is of a demonic entity sort of coming out one of the twisted trees. And there's also a bunch of hands also sort of transitioning out of the wood into human-like hands, just portraying all of the souls that are trapped in that forest, or, well, you know, reportedly trapped in that forest as the urban legends go. And I also had to add an element of the original story that was linked to this particular place, of the sheep herder that disappeared with his 200 sheep. I had to then add a sheep head that this demonic entity has grabbed, and it's just ripped it off, and it's basically got it in its clutches and is screaming and howling in a creepy sort of way, and is just, yeah, I feel as though this creature that I've created really does portray my feelings towards Hoia Forest. Like, there is no way you would find me going into a place like that, especially if it makes people feel anxious. Me being a person of mental illness, there is no way I would put myself in that situation. Similar to the scenario of going into Suicide Forest, there is no way. Any location that makes you feel like that, I would stick clear of. Let me know your thoughts on this forest, and if you have had any experience with it. Let me know if you've been over to Romania and you visited this forest, or if you know people who have. Let me know if you've heard other stories linked to this forest. I would love to hear that. Anything that I have missed in my research on this forest. Or let me know if you think this is a complete load of shit. I want to hear all viewpoints on all these conspiracies and stuff that I talk about, because I love hearing different people's opinions on stuff, because we are all different, we all have different beliefs, and I like hearing it. So let me know what you think. And also, please, please, please go and check out the other collabers in this collab. There is some beautiful works done for this collab, and I highly recommend subscribing to all these wonderful people as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this collab video and this illustration, me putting up a Thursday video, which is unusual for me, but I will be doing a lot of. I do have a lot of videos that I want to get out from my old series that I am still doing. Don't worry, people. Yes, I have gone into conspiracy, scary fact videos and all that, but I am still doing my art on my other stuff, but it just will be uploaded on a Thursday. So there will be a return of the monster animal mashups, the Stuff Happens, the horror prompt series, and all that good stuff. I'm just trying to get ahead and trying to just get a schedule going, because I'm I have a pretty poor time management skill. I'm not good at it. So once I get sorted, I will be bringing back all those series, and they will be on a Thursday. So yeah, stay tuned for them. In saying that, I am out of here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.